Welcome to the podcast. This is the fourth episode of our DaPod series, which we recently renamed, as you might have known. And for this very episode, we have a special guest. We have a sponsor. We do got a sponsor for this episode, and also we have a person who got the sponsor for us. And let me introduce you to Mr. Suraj.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is Raghuram, and let's get into it.
Let's go.
A small word from our sponsors. Are you looking for an agency which can take care of all your digital marketing services while you focus on the business development? Then MNV Digital is the perfect solution for you. MNV Digital is a 360-degree digital marketing service based out of Hyderabad. Starting with lead generation, drone shoots, video marketing for your products, or social media branding, they've got it all. Check them out with the link in the bio. What's up, Sujal? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, bro. How are you?
I'm living the best life.
I see you're all fresh.
I think this is a new face cut for everybody as well. But
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I do this sometimes, I get up in the morning. I'm like, okay, I need a full clean shave and a haircut, and I get it done.
I like this look. You look very decent.
Very decent. Thank you.
Very, very decent. I remember you with that,
Pushpa villain.
not Pushpa, I think Heisenberg kind of
Heisenberg.
look.
Yeah. I even had that Pushpa villain as well. What was his name?
Oh, you had a mustache.
Yeah, I had a mustache with the specs and all.
Yeah.
I think it's on Instagram. Yeah. I just do that, it's I just wanted to be seen as a new everyday.
So I think next time just rip off your eyebrow.
Eyebrows. Okay. I think that's
That will be something new.
somebody actually dared me to do that a long time ago. I was about to do it, but I don't know. That's too much. It's too much.
Just get how would you get something like Raghuram written here?
Raghuram written over.
Raghuram engraved.
Yeah. That'll be an internet sensation, I guess. So, okay, so let's get on with the podcast now.
Let's go.
And before I even get into some hardcore topics, or before we get into a serious discussion, you have a podcast. You used to have a podcast, or maybe I don't think you're continuing it now. So just give me a big background, like what was the intention behind your podcast? Like, where did you start it? Where it is now? What's happening with that?
Now I don't do it anymore. But then initially I started creating content, not just podcasts. I was creating shit ton of content for YouTube, Instagram, and different platforms. Before MNV started, I had to understand what's up.
Yeah.
So I understood the framework of what has to be done, but I didn't know how. So during that process, first I was making YouTube videos. So then later I realized that's the same thing. Like podcast, I started taking the audio from the video and then just dumping it on the podcast, saying it's a podcast. Because why not? I have the audio, I have the video. So I used to remove it and upload. Later on, I was with Make Me Garden.
Yes.
So for them, we started a podcast called
some Gupchup, something like Weekend Gupchup.
You're close.
Something Garden Gupchup.
Gardening Gupchup with Make Me Garden.
Yeah, I remember that.
So for that brand also, that was the whole idea. We shoot a video, goes to YouTube, goes to podcast, cut it short, and it goes on Instagram.
Yeah.
Something that you're also doing right now.
Yes.
So at that point, just casually, because I had to do it, and podcast for fun, we could call people. Initially, it was just me.
Okay.
So I used to.
Yeah, you were just talking about various stuff.
It was called Sundays with Suraj.
Yes.
So I would just talk in my car whenever I wanted post gym or like gym talks or pro talks.
Yeah.
For anything I was going through, I was like, okay.
It was in your car.
Today, guys, let's talk about this. Or I would make up a question. A lot of people have been asking, so let me answer.
Who are those? Who
Maybe some one fellow.
Yeah.
But later in my car when I was recording, I'm like, the camera is recording another seat too. So I might as well call somebody. And it was just boring me talking always. So I don't know who was the first podcast with.
But I think you did around like 10. How many
I've
episodes
done
with
a
the people?
lot, bro. I've done
Is it 50? Is 50 an
not
episode?
50.
Okay.
I think
You with the double digits.
yeah, double digits easy.
Alright. Yeah, that was I remember watching in very initial days in your car, and then I think you did something at your home as well with virtually. I think did you do that?
Yeah, I had 3 setups.
Okay.
One was in the car, one was like laptop,
Yeah, with the
and
virtual.
then doing it off my room. Then later I bought a mic.
Yeah.
When I bought a mic, then I made my sofas, set them up, put the microphone in between, not two cheap mics,
Yeah.
So I put it up, and it was just more posh.
It was.
But 3 setups, mostly only car.
Okay. Yeah. The car one was really good because obviously the car has a good sound insulation.
Yeah, that was the best part.
Yeah.
That was actually the main reason.
True.
Because I didn't have a mic, I didn't have the setup, and the car was just cool.
It was.
I would just drive up to the person's house and be like, yo, pull up. And sometimes I would just record them sitting in,
Yeah.
not tell them, I would tell them I'm just cutting it. I would never cut it. I would just upload everything.
Did you do it on wheels or were you parked somewhere?
Parked somewhere.
Yeah.
Always.
It's too much of a distraction, I believe.
Yeah. I never thought of driving and doing it.
I mean, there are some people who do. I mean, it's not podcasting, but James
It's
Corden.
the singing thing.
Yeah,
They
the
sing on the
carpool
car.
karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Surprising. I've thought he was really driving, but he was not. He was actually his wheels were attached to a trailer, and there was an actual car dragging him behind. I realized that a long time later.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's not practical. They'll fucking crash it.
It's not. I don't think the law even allows that. I believe. Not in India though, but it might not.
Like people listen.
So
So that's how it was started, and that's how it went. And later, in general, I would never research about the guest. And then I started observing people kind of got offended. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. If I'm calling them, I would never research. I would just dive in, I would just know about the person. And then whatever they're doing, I would just dive in deep.
Okay.
Then later, I didn't have the interest and I didn't want to do it. And then
But
phone
busy with-
issues.
Okay.
I used to record it off this phone.
Okay.
I actually bought this phone literally for
Podcasting.
Yeah. At that point, it was an investment. I had to make a choice. Suraj, either full time or not. That's how
I get it. You know, before I bought these 2 mics, before I bought one, I was like, okay, chalo, it's okay pricing. So I bought it. But then when I was buying the second one, just because of audio, okay. Now that you're investing this much, you're gonna go long term. You at least have to do at least 50 episodes so that you can satisfy the fact that you've.
I would say 100. You should do 100, not 50.
Yeah, I think I will.
You should.
Yeah. I think with the setup and with the efforts I'm putting today,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna go.
As we go on, the money rolls in more
It does,
and
it does.
we upgrade more.
It does.
I'll get you more sponsorships.
Yeah, definitely. I would love
Some
it.
FNB sponsorships.
Yes.
That would be sick.
Yeah, I think you have many companies under. Okay, before we go into actual MNV,
Yeah.
let's just. I think the first time we even interacted with each other was it actually during the Clubhouse or did we meet? It was COVID.
I think we met before because of Prakash. Sometime we must have met.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but we actually interacted with each other during the Clubhouse. And the Clubhouse meets, do you remember?
No, I think we didn't meet before.
We didn't meet before.
So we were virtual friends.
Yeah, we were virtual friends. So, do you remember that? What was that? Cryptomania Sundays? Oh,
That was yours, man.
Yeah. That was the first podcast, by the way.
Yeah, that was the first podcast.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
We had a lot of viewers, listeners.
Yeah.
At some point, there were 10-15 people. Surprisingly, we took questions.
Yeah, and there were multiple people from
And he
around.
was like the king of the whole thing. So he would allow.
Yeah, there was allowing thing on Clubhouse.
Yes.
Clubhouse really did good for a very brief period of time, but I think, have you recently visited Clubhouse?
No, I never.
Please don't. It is, oh my God, it has turned so 18 plus, so bad. It's very bad right now. It's done.
How do you mean?
They're just horny people on that doing some sexual dates with women, with men. It's very I would say chiller is the word Clubhouse has come to right now, but it's bad. It was not what it used to be. I mean, when they were Elon Musk, these were the kind of people who were logging
Yeah.
into Clubhouse back then.
Yeah.
And there were thousands of listeners.
But I think it's because after Twitter also came with Spaces. Now that became a refined place.
Yes,
People
yes.
can't do what Clubhouse is allowing people to do. They can't do it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
yeah,
because of that, all the crowd got separated, and
It was a fad. It was a fad for a while. Now I think Twitter did it. I think Twitter. I think even
no, it's still going on.
it is. It is.
It's still going on. I think not just here. I don't use it. Clubhouse happened in that timeline of when I stopped everything. Like, I was off everything. I stopped doing content. I stopped making podcasts. I was like, why should I talk? First of all, I hate talking, but I had to do it for the
I'm
whole thing.
surprised you of all people hate talking.
In
With that
general,
kind of yeah.
in general, I would always,
Okay.
I would be with only myself. So, there is no need of talking when I'm with just myself. So when I am with people, that's when I talk. But during that timeline, I was not just talking. I was creating content. So that was a lot.
Yeah.
So for a very long time, I was just doing it now. Anyways, but Clubhouse, I feel, probably went into that zone. People just differentiated.
Yes. Diluted. It diluted a lot. But yeah, we did.
And that also shows us what people are really thinking.
Yeah.
Like, all nasty side of people go on Clubhouse with a fake name.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, that's the reason probably, as you said, Twitter blew up. Twitter Spaces blew up because you have your actual persona presenting while you're talking. So you're mindful of what you're saying the next word. You don't want to hurt somebody.
I don't think so. Nah. It's just that in Twitter, it's like, I feel not the people who use Clubhouse most likely don't use Twitter. And we are talking about what kind of sexual talks are happening. People are in that kind of mind frame. I don't know. Even if they use Twitter, Twitter has its own 18 plus kind of content.
Yeah, it does. I
So,
was surprised too.
I think Twitter has its own thing for that also.
Yeah.
But since Elon Musk is in the house, they probably tightened some shit.
Yeah, Elon Musk took it over. I think he's gonna make it better. Do you think he's gonna make it better? Yeah, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk taking over Twitter? I really liked it before Elon took it because
I actually have. I never use Twitter much. I don't use it much now either. Every time I go to Twitter, it's hardly.
you do have a lot of tweets coming in almost every day.
Yeah, but it's like I go and exit. I go and tweet.
You tweeted it.
Mostly it's my sister who's interacting with the tweets.
Okay.
So, if I go in, I'll just check. I'll have like 1-2 notifications, out of which one is the Twitter's pop-up. Please turn on your notifications,
Yeah.
which is always off. Then, so you tweet, leave. General, I don't consume much of content apart from Instagram, but I see a lot of more users on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I think whatever he's doing is working clearly.
Well, I would say the verification thing, I think he kind of fucked up. Maybe, I don't know, it's a long-term game that he's playing because, a payment-based verification, I don't think it's...
Why? I feel it's very good. Especially on Twitter, it's like what makes your profile verified. Like if you really check what gets you earlier, I don't know about Twitter, but on Instagram it used to say have some Google published thing, like 3-4 things which are basic.
Something in the news, yes.
It's actually not complicated. You pay people
To publicize.
Yeah, it was always a thing. Few people used to take 50 grand to get it done, few used to take 20 grand to get it done, but it was always possible.
Yeah.
So now when people are getting it done through all those kind of channels, why don't you just pay $900 or $700?
But this way, if you look at it, there were a few instances where some random person in their basement, made a Twitter profile about a very large company with a verified badge, and he's tweeted something, and some shares crashed and all. So this is where what is real and what is not.
I think that was in the very initial times of it. Now they've tightened it.
Yes.
But either way, the point is, as a consumer, you should have some awareness. If you blindly follow something and then later say, oh, it's a fake account, so Twitter is responsible. Like, so what were you doing not paying attention? And if you really think that message would have come out from that credible account, go check the followers. Go check your past media. Like basics, and if you're talking about stock market and stuff and people taking, what happened? The shares tanked
Yeah, the shares tanked, yes.
because of
Of
what?
some random tweet that a pharma company did about
See, that might be a very sensitive case, but in general, if somebody were to say, oh, credible information going out by a random account, that's your call.
yeah,
The people selling you shit everywhere. You don't buy it.
yeah, shit happened, but let's see what is doing with Twitter, I guess.
But now that Instagram has also done it,
Yeah, InstaFace, Meta did it as well, yes.
yeah, it's like proper monetization. Till now, these platforms earn money only through
through
ads.
and they've tightened up. Ads have been tightened up in many
Yes.
countries, the EU specifically.
Yes, a lot of restrictions have been
Apple
there.
has done it. Apple has tightened a lot of Facebook rules, Facebook ad rules, I believe. The
So
new
now imagine they have like how many users? I think 500 million active users for Instagram.
I think more than no, it's got to be more than billion now. It's
I'm
closer
just
to
taking
billion.
a conservative number, worst
Check
case
up, like,
scenario.
most active users on
Instagram?
Instagram. Active users, AUM something.
That's Raghuram's Jamie, aka Haripriya.
Yeah, so okay.
But look at it, like let's say 500 million. 10% of 500 million would be how much? 50 million?
Yes.
If it's 50 million, now 50 million people into
800
700 rupees. Bro, that's insane.
Yeah.
What's
326.6 million.
three? Oh, we are.
No, we were very
So let's say 10% of 330 million.
yeah.
30 million.
That's still a good revenue for them monthly.
massive.
And that's recurring
Yes.
as well.
And it's just going to increase.
Yeah.
More and more people want to take it. And after a point, like now 700, your pizza costs you 560 bucks or something.
Yeah.
Now people will always make numbers like this. I go outside for beer, I'm paying this much.
Yeah.
I'm verified. But with verification, what if they get brand deals, free collabs and all?
True.
So I think it's a fair move, but end of the day, did you get your profile verified?
No.
Why not?
I don't know, not yet, but
So why
I
not?
think I should.
So that's the real question you need to look at, right? Why are people getting it verified? Why are people not getting verified?
I'm still under the impression that, like, if you can buy it, if I can buy it, like you can buy it, everybody can buy it, then what's the point? What's differentiating you from a common person who's not buying it?
Nothing.
Exactly, which is what
See,
just to have a blue
in
tick mark.
reality, there's nothing that's differentiating you. Only you both are individuals. But then on that platform virtually, now I think Narendra Modi has a tick.
Yeah.
So do you.
Yeah.
So it's just like a flex.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's a good thing actually. I feel it's a good thing. Earlier it was such a big thing for people. Now it's at least normalized. Everybody has a fucking tick. So what? So I think now people would be more grounded, at least the bigger ones, and more people take it, more people give lesser fucks.
It's like a touch up, it's like a glamour up to you.
I think they might just come up, who knows, with a golden tick,
Oh, yeah.
premium tick.
Yeah, I think Twitter has that. Twitter has a blue tick, which is for anybody who can buy, and there's a brown tick for government organizations and.
See, now that's a smart move, like
yes,
to
they did
legitimize
that.
things, they
Yeah.
probably have done
They
it.
did that, yeah. Okay, I completely forgot about the brown tick.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
that's a very smart move.
Yeah.
But here I'm talking about upselling. Maybe now they might come with a whole different tick for actually celebs or people who are blowing up. How in the past they were getting it. Maybe they might still have a different version of it.
Yeah.
But it's good. I feel it's normalized now. If you were to say, "Can I get verified?" You're like, "Nah." Maybe earlier you would have said yes.
Yeah.
So
I
now
would have
that's a good
wanted to,
thing.
yes. Does it mean we have a blue tick?
No, I don't think it's not there for businesses. I checked. First thing I noticed people getting, I was like, I checked for MLB.
It's not.
In fact, for Twitter, I did. I paid and I never got it.
Oh, yeah, I remember you
I
tweeted.
tweeted also. I was
You
like,
tweeted, you tagged Elon Musk.
I was like, my man, I was shooting my shot if he responds. But later, I did get in touch with Apple. It was Apple's problem, not Twitter's.
Oh, okay, the payment
Yes.
Apple. Okay.
It happened with other apps also. So then Apple was telling it's our fault.
Yeah, Apple, I think takes around 30% cut from any payments done through Apple.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed, man. On Android, it will be like 200 rupees cheaper.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. That's the reason why many apps like Spotify, they don't let you pay through the app version. You need to log into the website of Spotify to buy the premium one. You cannot buy it via your app.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's just to get out of that 30% cut.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they have they provide a good premium and privacy kind of thing to your customers. So that's probably a good reason. But 30% is too much to take
I
it
mean,
from an
it's
app
their
developer.
call.
Yeah.
See, now that's the
They
whole.
have a monopoly.
See, that's the whole point of why is Instagram and Twitter giving blue ticks? It's their call. It's their business. It's a business. And now they've given so much. Literally for 10-15 years, it's free. Now they want to monetize.
Makes sense.
What's the issue? And it's a choice.
Yeah.
And I think it's good. I would have probably done it if I owned Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Now that you say that business accounts can't have a blue tick, I think I need to check if mine is business or professional, or it's not personal, definitely.
Which one? DaPod?
The pod, yeah.
See, a lot of business profiles are also creators. Like you can still put it
mine's
in.
a creator, so I think maybe I can do it.
You should check it, but I think it will have restrictions. Later, it will not let you become a business profile.
Yeah.
So once you get a tick, maybe then I don't know.
Yeah.
But currently for business profiles, it's not there.
Yeah. So let's just go back a little bit. The first time the reason we interacted was because of something that was blowing up back during the COVID days.
It was good. I think you were one of the only people. I didn't have much knowledge. Then I at least saw you had some knowledge where you were reading, consuming content.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are just on the fad. So it was like, okay, I read something, I throw and have someone to at least bounce off some information.
Yeah,
so Cryptomania actually was exactly for that.
Yes.
Not necessarily to preach any information.
Just to bring like-minded people to talk, to share what they want. And I've met some really cool people via that who are still in touch with me via Instagram, who are still into the crypto scene. There's a friend called Srikanth. I've known him personally back then, but we connected via crypto.
Srikanth, he's an artist?
No.
Okay.
I've met some people from your side as well. I don't remember the names, but yeah, they're still in touch with me on Instagram.
That's nice.
But yeah, we did some really cool shit with Cryptomania, and we did some really cool. We had off the app conversations with crypto as well.
Yeah.
I remember us sharing sheets about what to invest. These are the coins that I'm going after right now. That was good. So
every time I would lose money, I would just cross check it. Did you lose money too? Because it eases out some pain. But now it's like I just forgot about it.
I still invested. Like, what's your PNL? Do you remember the last time?
I just hope Wazirex survives in the next 10 years.
Oh, the entire money is on Wazirex.
Yeah, my entire money is on Wazirex.
Oh God.
Is it even there?
It is there, but they have restricted withdrawals.
I don't know, man. Now it's like at that point I put my money and it was clear. If it goes, it goes. If I get, I get.
Yeah, exactly.
Then at that point, I was not earning any money and MNV was not a thing. So it was on the mind. Now it's like, now I'm thinking, now my question is Wazirex even there? That's my question.
I think it is. It's still. I've been checking.
I have not heard anybody talk about Wazirex lately.
See, again, crypto was like a booming thing during the COVID where everybody was stuck at home and they wanted to create something or do something and they did it. And as people got out, as people started...
No, I still see VeChain and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's still there.
Like UFC, I don't think so it's sponsoring now. Earlier it used to sponsor.
Crypto.com sponsored a lot of F1 races as well.
So mainly through shows I would see the names. I never saw Wazirex and suddenly... But
Wazirex I think Binance bought Wazirex.
For a year?
Yeah.
Then I think it's going to stay.
It's going to stay.
I think it's going to stay.
CoinSwitch, Vault is gone. There was another app called Vault which got bankrupted. I put 1,000 rupees in Vault. I was like, okay, fuck it. I don't trust this app, and I removed it. And 2 weeks later, the company filed for bankruptcy, and it's still battling in the Singapore courts, I believe. And CoinSwitch, one that had a good UI, it's still there, but every Indian cryptocurrency app currently has stopped withdrawals. You can deposit, but you can't remove the money. If you want to remove the money, I think you have to transfer it to your wallet. to your MetaMask or something.
They just
like
made the process.
that. Yeah, but Binance, the moment I realized WazirX to not trust any Indian exchanges and to trust, I looked my eyes towards Binance, and I've transferred every penny that I had in my Indian wallets to the Binance account, and Binance has been doing. I've been trading as well, not just investing. I've lost a lot
You're
of money.
still doing it?
No, I think I stopped it the moment Bitcoin tanked from $69,000 to $30,000. I was like, okay, fuck it, let it be. If it happens, if it happens. If I gain money, So
The thing about crypto, I would say, is I genuinely believe in the concept of it. I understand, like, for me, it makes so much sense. But the whole point is, if a bunch of people together say it makes sense, it makes sense. That's the whole point of even stock market.
Yeah,
It's all a made up value.
Yes.
Literally, most companies, like the top companies, are not even profitable.
Yes.
Yet they're valued
The
at
fang.
such. So I feel from when I dived into the blockchain aspect of it, I was surprised.
It was too
I was
good.
like, wow, so many problems it can solve. And when I see all those, and Bitcoin can be a common thing in everything, or just the cryptos, now forget Bitcoin, but cryptos as a currency, I see a potential.
Yes.
So if it works, it works. In 10 years, I'll definitely be way more.
It would be. As a technology, yes. Not sure how the cryptocurrency aspect of it will survive. But it
I
should.
think it will still run, man, because
they go hand in hand, definitely.
No, like we grow older, and once we grow older, now we have different sources of income. And now let's say we're using cryptos for some part of our finances, not even if it is 5%. Now the 5% also actually moves a lot. Like you and I, when we're 35, for us now, 1 lakh at 35 will 100% not be a big amount.
Yeah.
Because right now, if we've taken leaps to invest 1 lakh at 35, I am the confident I can forget about it.
Yeah, makes
sense. So, I would give cryptos.
Yeah, that's a good
I would be interested in that. And I've seen businesses in US, they're still accepting cryptos.
Yes.
Countries are literally running.
It was El Salvador which legalized Bitcoin as their official currency. It's a very small third world country off the coast
But
of
there's
America.
still some clear sign of it.
Yes.
I think it's fine. If it goes,
It will
it
take
goes.
time. It'll take time for the whole world to accept it. I mean, we even had that Indian decent cryptocurrency bill, which was very rumored for a long time during the last year budget
No,
session.
it's still that digital currency is still.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
still the bill is still developing. It still hasn't rolled out to the public yet, I guess. The digital currency bill.
I have no clue about that, but I think
The CBDCs, I believe it was called Central Digital Currency something. Yeah. There's some Indian.
the fundamental technology is blockchain to it.
Yeah. Which is what everybody has.
Cryptos, I think it will work in the long run. I don't know. So, one thing I kept made sure that I commented always when I made a video on crypto was, guys, this is just my opinion.
Not a financial advice. I'm not a
Yes.
financial.
Yes, because I don't know shit into this topic.
Yeah.
But I genuinely feel it's a good thing, and it'll probably work in the future.
I think half the influencers who promoted the shit coins, nobody knew about. They just did it for the money. The pump and dump schemes. It's probably that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Even now, they keep doing a lot of things.
So yeah, moving on from crypto and towards the next chapter of your life. Let's talk about our channel sponsor, the official sponsor. Let's talk about MNV. So just give me an idea, like why digital marketing? Why digital? How did you start? Like when was the day that you felt like, okay, I want to start a digital marketing company, and these are all my verticals, and this is what I'm gonna provide to my clients. Like just give me a roadmap of how that went through.
So earlier in Make Me Garden, initially I was on board for the sales.
Yeah.
So by heart, like I'm a sales guy.
You were the CMO, I believe.
CMO stands for Chief Marketing Officer.
Yes.
So initially I was like from the sales aspect of it.
Yes.
Then within couple of months, I realized the impact of marketing onto sales. Because I was involved in sales from 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
I helped out a startup, and I tried to sell shit. Then I've done just, I read a lot of books. I consumed so much content that, I was just waiting for that to open up and then Make Me Garden. That's what I did.
I think you also every Sunday at KBR you took it on your car
Yeah.
and you sold it on the.
Not in the car, like
Yeah,
how
you
the
put
street
a-
vendors would be on
yes.
the street.
Yeah.
I had in Telugu we call a muda.
Avunu.
So it's like a round circle. Then I had a tile. So I just took a tile, put it on the muda, put up my shit, and then I would just stand.
Did you get
Because
sales from that?
Yeah.
I think you sold out every time.
Initially I sold out, but later on what happened was like wealthy people who are well off come to KBR every day in the morning, and now it's restricted actually. You need to take a pass to get inside of KBR.
Yeah, it was there back in the day as well. Like you need to take.
I got to know when
Okay.
I started going there for it.
Yeah.
So these people are regulars, and next to me were vegetable people, then ragi, juice, and salad, and all those people. So the regulars now come with gangs. I observe this. They're coming with gangs and they're chilling there, they're talking. Other people are coming and walking by. So I found that spot as a good footfall area. We got business outside for our actual services
Okay. Okay.
through that. So it was actually like a spot for lead generation. I would meet people who they would be pre-qualified pretty much for the
Definitely.
services
Yeah.
because it's a bit expensive. Pre-qualified for the services. I could have chosen Krishnakant Park, that's right behind my house,
Yeah.
or Srinagar Colony, but KBR because
is, yeah.
Banjara Hills, Jubilee Hills, Manikonda, all these people are coming there.
Town was over there. Yes.
So over there, it was initially sales. Then later, I understood the importance of marketing for sales, how much boost it will get. Then later, understood branding, like marketing, branding, the different connotations and different aspects of the entire digital marketing arena. Then I understood more about branding. And in Make Me Garden, if I were to be honest, none of my ideas which I've executed through MNB were ever implemented. So I had zero understanding of actual digital marketing. By the title CMO, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So what were my experience? We did a lot of offline collabs, offline marketing. I took a lot of initiative, collabs as sustainability partner, green partners. We were in events. We sponsored a lot of events.
Some music. I think audio launches for
A
some
lot
movies.
audio launches,
Yeah.
movies, not just for movies, dance crews, rap battles, then flea affairs. So I did a lot of marketing in those aspects, but not in the digital aspect. This is where my content creation of 2 years came in. That was where I was dwindling with Make Me Garden to educate myself with these platforms. How is the real time effect of it? So that's where slowly I learned marketing. Reason being, my end goal would be, I want to start multiple businesses. So for that, what I observed was one is sales. For any business, for it to run, sales has to happen. That I know. Now, when it comes to marketing, I learned marketing. But let's say if I start 10 brands, for 10 brands, I can't do the marketing. If I am involved in the marketing, that's consumed like that. For one brand itself, will consume so much energy.
Yeah.
So I observed and realized, okay, marketing company is something first I need to build and stabilize. Not just build for success, but build where I don't have to be involved in whatsoever way and it's still running, existing clients run. To such an extent, either, I always tell my team, guys, if I ever get a 50 million buyout option, I will take it. And I'll give you guys also a percentage. It's good money.
Yeah.
I'll give you a percentage. We'll build a new company. So, I always think it in two terms. If I get a really good offer, I'm going to go for nothing less than 50 million. Makes sense. Initially, it was 100. Later,
15.
yeah, 5. No, 50.
50. Okay.
15 is not that big of a selling option. I personally feel. Till now, I've seen like one or two companies who've been sold for 100 million overseas.
Yeah.
And okay, there's a chance.
Down the lane, we could.
But like that's not the main point of it. The main point is like for me to build another brand. So Momos Macha is something that I've started. It's not out in the market, but through marketing aspect, everybody I meet are like, how's it going? How's it going? So, that's the whole impact of marketing.
Yeah, Mohammed Mucha was in some events, I believe, some many events around, I think Diwali events.
It
That's
had a
why.
couple of stalls. I'm talking about the digital presence. We have a
Yeah,
profile.
exactly.
So we have around 1500 followers already there.
Okay.
So people go there. We have a certain following. They don't even know where the brand is, but we have following now. Now, soon there will be a couple of other brands too. So, that will be a really those brands are going to kick off in a proper manner.
Okay. Can we have a
So-
tease for our a little tease, maybe?
I would say it's somewhere going to be nearby here, near
Okay. Okay.
Madhapur.
Okay.
That would be the area it's going to pop up.
Okay.
Pop up is another keyword you can take.
I think we're gonna reduce it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that in comments.
So, marketing, once I build a marketing company, anything I start will have one, I am super confident on sales and I can build a sales team very quick because I understand it in core and I'm obviously learning. But when it comes to marketing, it's not like that core of sales. I'm still learning quite a lot. So I tell all my clients the same thing who were there from the start. Thank you for staying. Because what I deliver now and what I delivered 2 years ago was so off.
Yeah.
So I always am grateful for them.
I think what I remember with MNV as with your clients is I believe it was Daspalla, it was Sri Kanya,
Comfort.
and what was I think these two I remember.
Daspala and Sri Kanya Comfort are the
I remember Daspala because that was the biggest client that you guys landed a long time ago, and
Yes.
it made a lot of fuss on Instagram. You guys made a lot of fuss on Instagram back then.
we didn't make a lot of fuss. We just probably
Assumed.
were in a different spot back then,
Yeah.
taking it in a whole different way.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers. But
Who's your first client?
my first client, I think, was
It was Make Me Garden.
Making Garden was never a client.
Never crossed.
See,
paths.
that's the whole thing.
It was another chapter.
When I started MNV, when I assumed MMG, Make Me Garden was mine, why would it ever pay? So for me, the equation always is that if I am involved with equity in the business, why should it pay? That's the leverage I bring to the table because I'm always going in for sweat equity. I don't have enough money to invest in any company.
Yeah.
But what I bring to table is proper alga. I can pull the sale, I can do the market. So Make Me Garden was never it. Actually, 1 year before MNV on papers is 2 years, but it started 3 years ago. 3 years ago was when I had a very clear mind where I understood, okay, if the CEO of MMG is not willing to move at the pace I need it to move,
You have to get out.
you don't have to, I will walk out. I had a very strict timeline because my name was not there in the papers yet. So I had no implication. If at all I was in the papers, then I would have given it so much thought. It was not on the papers. And we had a certain talk. I gave ultimatums which were not met. So I was very smart. By then I was completely detached because I was wanting to make money, super determined, and it was not moving. By then I started on the side. That's where I met Ikshita.
Yes.
That's where I was working with Prakash. Where off work timings they would work for 1-2 clients. I got clients I would tell pay me 2,000 or 5,000. I would take no money. I would give all straight to designer. So at that point, just designer would do the copy, designer would do the thinking, designer would do the hashtags.
It was all at
postings.
it was all online, I believe. It was not even there was no place. You're not your house.
It was all online.
It was all online.
And initially, to be very frank, I met this one person called Mehek. She had a company called Influence. It's still a company. And I don't know how I met her. I think LinkedIn. We worked with her company for something, I guess. And so I asked her, hey, if I get a client, how much is the least amount I need to pay to utilize your designer? So she gave me one designer and we would be talking. I would work. I had a label. I think you might know her, Madhuprita. So at that point, she was involved in something called Ashrita label with another partner. So for them, I told 5,000, I guess. I was going straight to this company for the designers, and I would just create the profile and stuff. After a point, they never paid. I would never ask for money because I was completely experimenting. Then I had another friend, his father's company, Jewel Try-On, they put another, I think, 3 to 5 thousand. Like this, it was running. 3 years ago, it was running with the Make Me Garden. Like at that point, it was out.
Yeah.
For me, this was I was figuring out the systems. I was figuring out who should be the first hire, what type should that person be like. Then slowly I met Ikshita through Prakash.
Yes.
This was for Make Me Garden. Then later, nothing ever worked. Like with Make Me Garden, majority was a big talk, but not in much of action. So what I did with MNV, I converted the talk into action quicker because talk was already done with them. And slowly with Ikshita, first freelance.
Yeah.
Then slowly I was getting 1-2 clients. When Daspala and Srikanya Comfort actually kicked in, it was still freelance.
Okay. Wow.
I think it was still freelance. Then I asked her, how much should I actually pay you for you to come full time? Then she gave me a number. Then that was my objective now. Okay, now I need to pay her this much, so this much business has to be produced. Then slowly she came on, then slowly one more person.
It was one step at a time.
Yeah, it was always one step at a time. Now we are like two, 3 steps at a time.
Yeah. You have 3 people in the helmet.
Yeah, now there's cash flow.
Yeah.
Now there's existing people from the start of 2 years.
Yes.
So there's a different dynamics, different support. So now it's like more than 2, 3. Now big leaps can be taken.
Yes.
Like bigger risks can be taken. Earlier I was worried about salary. Now I'm worried about like 10-15 people's salary. So now that's a different worry. But that's a better worry to be in.
Yeah, it is a better worry to be. So how many clients now?
A
number 20?
No, it's 30 plus.
Oh, that's nice.
This month only, there's a lot of new clients coming in.
Okay.
So last month was 28 or 29. This month for sure 35 plus. So like from small 1 to baby steps, we start taking leaps.
Yeah.
So to sum it up, transitioning out of Make Me Garden, in my 1 year, I experimented off with all freelance clients and then registered the company, got one person on payroll.
Yeah.
First ever person was Ikshita.
Okay.
Then I think second was Prakash actually joined quite late.
He did.
He joined
He
quite
was with us for a
because actually by then
you already started at your office and Nikshita was in
no.
Hyderabad.
Ikshita came to Hyderabad after Prakash came on board.
Okay.
But I think at that point I didn't ask Prakash because I had a certain doubt and I didn't want him to be in a certain doubt considering his situation at that point. So until I had the confidence, I was like, I didn't enforce that option on him. With Prakash, it was like, I was not telling him job offer. I was like, this is the best for you. Come, I laid out his options. I was like, this is the best. You should talk for this. Now you tell me tomorrow. Bye.
I think it was at we don't have to talk about that, but it was at a very crossroads time where you met him during at the hospital, and that's when the
No. This was I made my decision when he was about to bounce to Mumbai. He took the interview.
Yes.
And
yes, I remember that.
I think before he went for the interview, he asked me some shit, like for him to understand what to answer and all. And while I was just answering all of it, then I was like, okay, my thoughts was starting. Okay, what's this fellow doing? Until then, I didn't take what Prakash did seriously. Then I started seeing, okay, he's actually putting in some effort to up his game and all of that. Then I saw that with Make Me Garden, he was always working for sales.
He was.
Then it was easier. We always worked together. Then I felt it was the best option for me, personally, for the company also. Then when he got the Mumbai offer, before he had to confirm them, 1 day prior to him, I called him. I was like, I think you should not go for that.
I remember that period of time.
And you should go for only this.
Yeah.
Then I told, I knew he would say yes. Yeah. What I was telling was, I'll talk to your mother. Yes. Because main point was his mom that had to be convinced that MNB was something.
Yes.
But surprisingly, it took no effort. She had enough trust in me, and As I mentioned, initially I had a doubt. The moment the doubt disappeared for me, it was like,
You know,
okay,
it
it's
was
a
a short.
move either I make now, wait and make later. Might as well just make this move right now.
And I think it has been fruitful since then.
Yeah, definitely. Now this from 29, 35 plus all Prakash only got. I don't even know. Literally, as a matter of fact, I don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. But today, this one person came down to office. He called us yesterday. He saw MNV ad, filled our lead form. Yesterday, I was in front of Prakash. He was doing the sales call, and they were talking, and they were like, "We'll come down to your office tomorrow." So, friend of me only. We set the meeting up. He fixed it at 2:30. Today, they came down. I was with another client, RK, in my room. We were talking. They go, they do the payment.
Okay. Just today.
They don't close.
Okay.
They do the whole payment. We have not raised an invoice. We have not even raised an invoice. So I don't know. The Prakash went came out and he's like, oh, 40,000, 18%. What's how much, Suraj? I'm like, it's 47,200. Then he's like,
Oh, it's
okay.
18% GST calculation. Huh?
Yeah, he came out to ask what's the 18%. So I quickly do it and I'm like, this is how much. Then he goes in and comes back with like, just sir, send me invoice details. Tomorrow I will take it. I'm like, okay. So to add to your point, definitely fruitful.
Yeah.
After Prakash is a good add-on. But Prakash, if you're watching, there are levels to the game. Okay? That's something you should never forget.
18%.
It's the most howla move. Which I was like, need a calculator leda.
Yeah, I get it. అయిపోతుంది అప్పుడప్పుడు. So yeah, what's next with MNV? Like how I don't know if you want to reveal what's your future with MNV is, or what's the next vertical? Like where do you see MNV as in 2025, 2030? What's your future?
2025 or 30, they're two different big timelines.
Okay.
This 23, so 2 years from now is 25, which will be short.
I would say the point where you're like, okay, so I don't think my involvement in the company makes any difference. I think if the company is in its auto cycle, that point, like what is that point for you where you would
I
want to
think
just
by 2025 it should be possible. See, even now, sure. You see 10 minutes ago.
yeah.
So that's actually latest hire.
Mhm.
So there are systems. What I always was focused on was to create a certain system inside the company where it's flowing efficiently, and systems happen with certain type of people when they're taking up the responsibility by themselves. So I ensure, like even now the hires that I do, even like you were also given an offer, I always tend to pick and choose personally who are inclined in a certain direction, because at the scale that we are, they should be complete owners, and they should want to do something by themselves.
They're not employees but they're partners. Okay.
Yeah, but pretty much I would say most of them are not at this moment. But the initial team I lay it out to them. Even now, even the new employees, I'm like, you stick with me for 16 years precisely, very precisely 16 years. I am sure you're either going to be a single digit millionaire or a double digit. That double digit depends completely on you, but single is a sure shot. Why? Because it's just a certain, I am that very much confident. So I keep it open. Even the initial team, the core team, which is of just 3 people, they have been given equity, but everybody else, I have told them, stick with me for long enough, forget any other opportunity, I will give you a share of the same company. Stick to it for long enough, because from my end, what I am giving you guys is competitive salaries, and it's like I'm not offering cheap salary either. Now companies who are 15 years old are paying the same exact salary that I am paying, whereas I'm literally coming off 2 years from the market and complete bootstrap. So I made them understand the reality of the situation. At your skill level, I'm literally offering you what a 15-year-old company. When I'm running this business, I can really understand how much a 15-year-old company can afford. And when I know how much they can afford and how they put it forward, as a big thing that they're actually giving it, I can clearly see through the deception of it. So, the initial set of people, I made them really understand it. What value one I am providing, and what value am I providing to them. So one is salary aspect of it. Two would be they have health insurances.
Yes.
So I gave them some extra benefits.
Yes.
And again, as I said, anybody, I'm like, if you stay 16 years with me, I'll assure you that you're a damn millionaire. But I'm saying stay with me for 5-6 years. I'll give you equity in the very same company. In 16 years, the reason I say 16 is I'm going to start multiple. So maybe I may not give you a chance in MNV. But the other things that I do, I can straight off give it to you. If it's my own company, I can give equity to anyone. So in the whole timeline of it, I tell the same thing for them. Don't think of it like you're sitting here to, as a complete employee aspect and working. The more we hire, the more I want you to take up the leadership role to such an extent. Build up the teams to such a level where you switch to any department you want. So one of my team members is interested in BD. She keeps giving a lot of leads. We convert the leads. So I told her, you get to a level or wait till we get to a level where we have enough designers where your inputs and your design are no longer required. You transition to whatever vertical in the company, do whatever you want. So it's like we are giving you so much freedom, but what it's going to take is a time. I can't quicken the process. What I thought would have happened in 1 year took 2 years for me. So, now it's like, I understood it's a time that I should remove from the time frame. But what is the vision of it is actually happening right on the scale. So now if I were to say what is by 2025, I would say by 2025 it should be self-sufficient.
Okay. And 2030?
By 2030,
another branch, possibly.
Another branch.
Yeah.
By 2025, another branch, bro. What is 2030?
Okay.
Oh, the market, there's a lot of growth potential at the moment. Like when recession kicks in, there's a lot of growth potential.
Yes.
So India, people really don't understand how many businesses are there in India. We have the biggest number of business owners in the world.
Startup owners as well, I believe. No, I think it was second startup owners, I believe.
No, so now we categorize what is a startup? You go, the Pan Dabba guy is a startup.
Yeah.
The chai wala, and you don't understand the amount of money they're actually fucking making. People have no clue.
The guy that I smoke cigarettes with, he makes 8,000 or 9,000 by 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Just that.
Afternoon.
And he takes a break for like 3 hours just so that he can sleep. And then again he starts in the evening till 11 o'clock in the night.
Dude,
That's
a simple
crazy
cigarette
turnover.
dabba person is making money in lakhs.
Yes.
His turnover a month is in lakhs.
Yeah.
Like this new age, like our age people really are not understanding. So, coming back to my point, the reason I'm saying there's so much growth is there's so many businesses. So a lot of businesses have been playing conservatively. They're big, but they've been conservatively playing. So now for MNV, one aspect I really look at is to really give them the confidence, say, go a little bit aggressive. I will support you in your journey. And I'm assuring you, end of the day, when I say digital marketing as a company, we are not graphic design company. We don't make content and just leave it out on social. Of course, you pay me 20,000, I'll just make and leave it out. But
grow them.
Yeah, I even tell them. As a matter of fact, we have clients even now paying that rate, but we don't onboard anyone new. These are all my friends. And for them, I'm like, you invest at least 30,000 on ads. I'm reducing my whole price only to give you the scope. If you make money, then you will get more confidence to either take loan and invest, because I know the potential of how much a business can grow. Yes.
Yeah.
So by 2025, easily I feel branches can come up. And a lot of businesses outside of Hyderabad, I could say. Major thing I would want to grow would be the video vertical ads.
Yeah, it's really the best
Yes.
USPs, MNV, digital and stuff.
It's a really good revenue model also. So if I look at for MNV, if I break down in terms of cash flow, there's two ways I look at it. One is my retainer model, which is the fundamental cash flow for clearing my salaries. So if I have my retainer sorted, any business I do on top is a pure profit.
Yes.
So the social media essentially is it was initially with that aspect and later it will keep going. So let's say, 30%, 40% should be the whole costing aspect of it. Now, videos, if my complete expenses are covered through just retainers, ad films is
Yes.
6 lakhs video starting. You want a cheap ad video, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs is the minimum cost that would go for you. And I know companies that are charging 40 lakhs, 1 crore.
Yes.
We charge real estate brands 2.5 lakhs for drone shoots, 3D videos, we quote 4.5 lakhs. So, there's a clear market, they pay for it, they go for it. And now when I compare, there's less client servicing. And if I really say an ad, drone shoot is 1 day shoot.
Yeah.
1 day prior, like we do scripting, 2-3 day client meets, assurances and done, 1 day shoot.
So it's a 3-day thing.
Overall, look at it like a 14-15 day timeline.
Yeah.
A 14-15 day, now you're quoting them 2.5 lakhs or something. Now in a retainer, that's a different logic. If I onboard a client for 2.5 lakhs for retainer, the amount of work, one is going to be quite a lot.
Yeah.
And there's so much lead generation, branding, in-house design requirements, so many things come together to it.
Yes.
So by 2025, I want to, I would say at least 10 CR a month.
Okay.
10 CR a month would be a really good.
What is it now, just for a comparison in 2023, if you would like to share?
As of, you want to know for June or July?
Last quarter, let's say first quarter of this
I don't do quarter basis because I don't know why. Maybe until a company grows a size. For me, I never looked at it quarter. How much are we making this month?
Okay, June.
June, we probably must have done a billing of 14 lakhs.
Okay.
So,
What was-
total billing.
Let me go full Shark Tank on it. Give me a 3-month run rate as
See, it's always just from I think 1.5 months or 2.5 months ago, it hit the double digits.
Okay.
I'm saying it hit the double digits sustainingly.
Hmm.
It would hit 15, 16, 17 and then again suddenly fall off to 9 or 10 or 11. Now we are at a certain double digit constant. It'll either be 10, it'll either be 11 or it'll either be 12.
And with the new clients onboarding this month, it's...
I'm thinking 14 constant is, I'm talking core.
Yeah.
So now this is where I see the potential of videos. If I am getting a core business strict streamlined, then the new videos that I can generate is insane. This financial year, I've actually set up a goal of 1 CR for SMM and 1 or 2. I feel 2 CR is an achievable thing, but just to be there 1 CR.
I think with looking at the current run rate, you're already at 1.5 CR projection by the end of this financial year.
We will 100% do.
Yeah, 1.5 CR.
It's easily
It's all
possible.
together, yeah.
See, that's the whole point that when I focus this month onward, and again, it's not like just this month I focus. Now, when I focus for July, I'm already planning for the next month, post it. So, in the month of July, I'm essentially on targeting for the incoming business of the next, what is after July? August?
August, yeah.
Yeah.
In July, August, yes.
Yeah, August. So I'm actually focusing on August as well. But I don't do it in quarter basis. If I tell Prakash our target is 15 lakhs a month, we hit 15 lakhs, okay, quarter end we make it.
Yeah.
What is this quarter end? Rather, I would say, whatever I put a quarter target, try to do it in the first month. You don't know the potential of actually doing the business in any given month. And for a very long period of time, I was constricted because of my team. I couldn't hire at the rate I was growing. Even now, for me to now really again grow back from a new revenue, I need a new team. So, the reason the growth rate is not at the very level of what it actually is because my team is not expanding at that scale. So if I just expand my business, it will drop.
Yes.
And it has dropped in the past
Okay.
because of this very same mistake. I onboarded business, could not handle it with the team. So clients got annoyed. It's pure annoyance. It's not like they were dissatisfied. It was just poor management. And that's when I decided to take it a bit slower until my team is right there. So past month it was there. So now I'm still on it. What I realized was, okay, never stop hiring. Your growth rate is as such, it's always one. So now what
I think with the new office, you can accommodate a lot. Then, so just for the people who didn't know, before the office, before MNV's new office, you started your base, your
My
home
house
base as it was
in my
in the
sister's
house.
room.
Yeah.
So that's why she's given some equity too.
Oh, really?
She has some equity, but that's not why she's been given the equity.
Okay.
I just made it up.
And now you have your house, you have your new office.
Yes.
One striking thing that I observed with the new MNV office is the painting.
Yeah.
Which you mentioned, and then I saw it in your videos. Why did you go for a painting, and what was there any specific reason, or just like just the painting? You just wanted to be there.
So, firstly, shout out to Shrikar. He has this company called Shrikaram Paintings.
Okay.
So this guy is also very young, very talented, and I met him in my BNI. He recently joined, and the way he was is like young blood, and his work was amazing. So until he joined, I never really had any thoughts of it. And at that point in my office, I would just think, okay, I'll just get posters. I was telling my team, guys, think of posters, think of images, think of frames, think of boards. Then after this guy joined, he started putting out his work. Then casually, I just asked him, hey, what do you think we can do? Then he was like, hand painting I can do. Then color painting. He was like, you give any sketches, I can make it happen. And then I always... in my room, in my house, I have a lot of posters.
Yes.
So I would want things to be lively. And in MNV, since now it's our office, we can create a certain vibe and energy. Colors add to a certain energy. Then words, statements add to energy.
It does.
Imagine walking into a office which says, hi employee, with a full stop, right in front of the door. I shit you not, the number of fights, the atmosphere is going to be so toxic. So, in general, I observed a lot of offices in India will have gods, because that's their way of expression of good vibes and everything. So, for me, I was like, okay, what is something everybody in the office can relate to? There's art. Then I asked design team they have their own room, your call. Then outside in the hall, I asked people for suggestions. Nobody gave. I only decided off. Then in the main hall, we used to do ads for different roaster books in BNI.
Okay.
So we used to always make designs there, and they were awesome. So I was like, I asked this
Why
guy,
not incorporate?
bro, ikkada ila logo vachi moon money ila vasthe avutada and he's like enduku avadu edaina avutadi. He's like, sir, I can do blood art. I was like, whoa.
What?
Yeah. Now he's doing blood art. He's been sending me stuff by saying blood is a blood art చేస్తున్నా. Like అంత అవసరం లేదు నాకు.
అప్పుడు నిజంగా చెప్పొచ్చు, I put my really blood and sweat into MNV and no. But one striking thing about that image was who made the design? Like did that guy make the design, or did your in-house team?
Ikshita made the design.
Okay.
All the design. I mean, that specific one was made by Ikshita. So I told her symbols, whatever has to go. I just drew it on paper, and then she actually got a very nice illustrations put into it, and this guy executed right on that.
I'm yet to see it in person. I've seen it in pictures, but
You should definitely
I think I'll visit sometime next week. Yes.
And it's a very main reason of why I got it done is also because it becomes like a photo booth.
Yes.
So I always wanted a spot in our office if I were to get a place where they can, take for selfies. So clients come, we stand there, take a picture, there's MNV in the background.
That's your
Friends want to come selfie, MNV in the background.
It's a really cool place. Any other illustrations other than that?
And next to we have a workstation, 6-seater workstation. Opposite to that, they have, like over here, if this was a wall, they had in between success, and then different pointers that attribute to it. Then in the design room, they have coats
Okay.
with a couple illustrations of light bulbs and all.
So yeah, moving on. I think we spoke about your business. We spoke about your interest, and there's one interest that I'm really keen to know the origins of.
Okay.
Is rap locks.
Mhm.
So to give you my views on. Okay, we'll start with yours.
No, we can start with you.
Give me the origins of the name Raplox. I've heard Roblox, but I have no idea what Raplox is. Like, what are the origins of that?
So, when I was a kid, I wanted to become an engineer, mechanical
Obviously.
engineer.
Obviously, we're Indians, yeah.
No, not because
Yeah.
anybody actually told me.
Mhm.
For some reason, I was fascinated with cars. And it's a very weird fascination. I never was interested to know about the car. Just by the look of it, I was like, whoa, cars.
Yeah.
Then later on, I was interested in only car symbols.
Only symbols, okay.
My friend would actually break the symbol, you know, Chetu.
Okay.
He would go break the car symbols and give me. I still have Chevrolet, Toyota, heavy shit. This was when I was in like.
You still have them?
Yeah, I still have them.
Oh.
I still have them because they'll kick you. They'll kick you, and this was like when I was in 6th and 5th.
Oh God.
So at that point, I was like, okay, if I have to come up with a company name, so what can this name be? And my name is Suraj Rayaprolu.
Okay.
Then I was like, okay, Suraj is a very common name because Henry Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari, I think his name also had
Enzo
that.
Ferrari.
I was like, okay, these fucking car guys have their names.
Yeah.
Henry Ford. And what is this guy's name? Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo Ferrari. Everybody, even Horacio Lamborghini, we have Pagani, that's his actual surname as well. Everything is a surname.
So, in our Indian culture, Suraj Rayaprol, like the surname comes, at least for over here, we've been told the surname comes after your name. So, when I observe these people, okay, Ford, Ferrari, I'm like, okay, cool. Then Rayaprol is like too big of a name. Nobody can
Not so
fucking
catchy.
pronounce it. Then I'm just like, okay, what can I do? What can I do? Like, I was thinking of rocks.
Okay.
Then I was like, how do I associate rocks? Like rap locks.
Damn.
I drew it. I had a logo for it and all.
Yes.
Then later on, when Snapchat came into the thing, my username on Snapchat is actually Raplocks.
Just Raplocks.
Just Rap.
No
It
numbers
was
in it.
always Raplocks.
Yeah.
From this day one. And my friend Andre would say Craplocks, just to fuck with me.
Yeah.
But when I decided to make music, I was like, Raplocks is a perfect fucking name. RAP stands for it.
Rap.
Locks, and I said rocks.
Yeah.
It still makes very much sense. And it still has a kind of beginnings from my name, like the name I've been given. So I was like, okay, why don't I use it? And that's where it started.
And to talk about the first music that you've released, it was City Boy Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give you some story, I don't know, you might have already told you, I guess. That is the only song that I liked in your whole album.
Guys, that's probably one of my worst songs. Now,
No.
every time I go back to it, I'm like,
No, it's still really good because the reason it is good, unless,
it's still good. I wouldn't say really good.
well, yeah,
See, I have new favorites.
buddy, my Spotify rap says it is the 4th most played song after The Weeknd.
Thank you for the
After
praise.
Blinding Lights, City Boy Vibes is what on my 4th. In 2020, that was during the COVID days.
Mhm.
It was really a good song.
See, it's a good song, I don't deny it.
Yeah.
It has a good hook, it has
The
a good
lyrics,
tune.
oh my god, the lyrics were good, and the hook, the change of tune in the middle,
Yes.
that is what attracted me most, and the music's really good. I think it was who was the music? I don't remember the
It
name.
was a YouTube
Okay.
music actually.
Okay.
It was my cousin who mixed and mastered it,
Okay.
but it's a music beat.
Yeah.
Sorry, YouTube beat.
It's really good. It's too good. I'm gonna play this during the podcast. Please don't copyright me.
I don't have any copyrights, bro.
Yeah. So,
I ain't got no copyright.
yeah. So yeah, give me a in just short notice, give me an origins of City Boy vibes. When did you write it? And when did you release it? And then give me the other song. I think it was King's Type, Elevate. I don't remember the other ones. But yeah, just
I think I have over 20 songs.
oh, you have 20 songs.
My album alone has like 14 songs.
My God.
See that the reason this guy likes only City Boy vibes is number one, he's not even listened to my songs. So that's why I'm telling you. Maybe give others a listen. I'll give you my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I feel they're far better. You're saying you like City Boy vibes
Yeah,
because
give me
of
something similar to that.
see, every song has its own reason of why it's been made. But if you say meaning, you're liking the song for the meaning. Few people like the song for the tune.
I like the lyrics first, then comes the music part. Lyrics, obviously, in City Boy
So
vibes.
there are other songs that actually are far more, like if you ask me personally, lyrically far more better. And City Boy Vibes in specific is lyrically weak compared to the others. But it's just worded nice because it has a lot of context you can relate to.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
The
probably-
other ones, when I say lyrically, I was going into specific aspects of either my life or a situation. And for me, it's like good because I'm putting it out in a certain nice way, according to me. But maybe in a relatable aspect of it, City Boy Vibes, you'll have a girl about a girl.
very generic.
It will have about your self-confidence.
Yes.
It will also have about you falling down and then getting up. And then everything combining together with you're from city and you're a city boy guy. Generally, like the reason I made that was everybody puts out, you have gully boy, you'll have village and all this. And I'm like, I don't come from those backgrounds.
I have no idea what it is.
I'm from Hyderabad. It's a city. That's why I was like, I'll call this City Boy Vibes. And as I mentioned, that's the reason I feel people connect more because they already connect to the city feeling. And then, as I mentioned, different aspects. People connect for different things.
So I think I'm definitely gonna listen a while on the way back home. It was Alone, right? Alone was the album. The
Elevate.
Elevate was the album. Okay. Oh,
I don't have any song named Alone.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever put in song with the title of Alone.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure. What's the future with Raplocks?
In terms of music,
Yeah, what are you coming up with? What should we be looking forward to?
I have a track ready with a friend of mine called Slyvan.
Okay.
He's a sick artist. He's a guitarist also. Mad, he produces. He's very talented. Even this song, he's only made the beat. He's only mixed and mastered. Even recording, actually, this song has a whole different vibe. What were we? Count in my bands.
Count in my bands.
PANDS. Count in my money.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
my hook. Count in my bands. Count in my bands. That's a hook for it. So that's in the pipeline. And he wanted it to be dropped with a music video specifically. So I'm like, why not? So we shot some of it. We have to shoot some more part of it and drop it. But apart from that, I've not really been working on anything as such. With music, the reason I started music was, I just in my free time, I like to make it. And what I observed was, number one, I don't even practice it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to be really honest, the amount of practice I ever do is only the time when I have to create something.
When you're writing it.
Yeah. So I do it at whenever I want. Nothing. I have no stress on the music either. So music is just really for in that aspect of it. But surprisingly, what I saw was again, I am in general such personality that if I do something and if I give some involvement, I'm giving it that proper involvement. I see like these people are there making music from 5-6 years, putting out 4-5 songs, either with their insecurity of what other people are saying. They're not developing themselves, or what could have been major hits are not hits. I was like, I am not getting stuck in that.
Look.
And one person actually told me this, it's AMA. When I made the first album, he was like, you should make it, why matlab, you should puke out all that stuff from your head. He's like, generally, and it made a lot of sense. At that point, I was like, maybe not, and maybe now I would, like, out of all the songs, few of them are actually very true with the statement, you just have to puke it out. Because it's there, now you just puke it out, I just put it out.
What's there to hurt?
It's not about what's there to hurt. It's more on the lines of how is your brain thinking? Because if you don't puke it out, it's always going in a certain loop. So once you puke it out in terms of if I put out a certain line, certain tune, I wouldn't want to repeat it again.
You can work on the next thing.
Yes. It just comes. So there's nothing in music that you work. That's the whole beauty of music. That either you get it or you don't. That's how it is with me. And for the longest time, like I never put my head into it. And whenever I sit on it, 5 minutes I'll get it, I'm writing a line and just leaving it.
I think I relate a little bit. The origins of this podcast was also, although we've been doing Cryptomania as a kind of podcast, but I was bathing one day and I was like, why the fuck can't I make a podcast? I have a camera. I have a small mic. Why can't I just start off with a random podcast? I came out, I called my friend, I was like, okay, let's do a podcast. And he was very reluctant of it. And then I was like, I called her. I was like, let's do a podcast. The next day or the day after, we just sat down, we started recording and we just blabbered shit. And we're at the 4th episode now with a sponsor.
Yeah, I feel that's the best way to go at it.
Yeah.
One is it starts at the thought. 2 is you take that action into it. And 3 is the main part, how involved are you into the action that you're actually taking. If you're not that involved into it, that's why all the people give up. Like if you were to look at my podcast also, initial times the involvement rate was at the peak. So it was damn consistent. And I'm talking about a podcast every Sunday.
Yeah.
Probably did this for
a whole year, I guess.
Yeah.
You did it, yeah.
Yes. So, but later it's like again, the involvement has been dropped with a complete aware choice. Because I was putting my attention, awareness and involvement into something else, which was MNV.
Yes.
So, a lot of people are dropping the involvement for the sake of dropping it or casually just dropping it. I'm saying that's why I'm telling you 100. The start of the podcast, I told you 100 because after a certain point, you actually do get involved.
Yes.
And once you do get involved, you get a certain
kick out of it.
Experience, not kick, it's a certain experience out of it that makes you feel more than who you currently are.
Where's Joe Rogan at the moment? I think it's 1,100
podcasts.
I think so. He has one something.
Well, be on 1,000.
Yeah.
I think 1,200. More than that.
Yeah,
that man has done a lot.
He's the podcast guru, I would say.
He's one of the. But through him, I found other people like.
Yes.
He was like, this guy is even before me. Is where I discovered people because of him.
Yeah.
But he's actually one of the earliest people to ever do it.
He was very brute about what he does as well, which is what I really liked about him.
Just honest.
So as a fan, I need to ask, does City Boy Vibes get a music video?
I don't think so.
Okay, let it leave.
If you want, right here we can just shoot one and I'll just add the video in the background and say City Boy video dedicated to Raghuram.
I would love
and upload on my channel after like 1 year.
It's gonna blow up.
No, I don't know. City Boy Vibes has a lyrical video and that has blown up.
Yes.
So, not really. I've never thought of it and I don't think so. If it blows up even more beyond, then maybe I'll give it a thought. Not now anytime.
But anyway, so I think it's been a good while. Thanks for doing the podcast. So just to end the note, this is Suraj. He's the founder of MNV Digital, who's the sponsor for the podcast as well. And it's been a great time, buddy.
So on that note, do follow. You're gonna put it up over here or something. You know that effects?
Yeah.
That if I do my hand like this, you'll put up subscribe and shit.
I think I'm gonna.
I would do that on InShot.
Okay. Yeah, just do it.
I would add it Okay, so
New plugins.
here you can see our Instagram username.
Yeah.
mnv.digital. Whoever is listening on Spotify or something, it's
It's YouTube.
mnv.digital. At the same time, I would like to say, this is one of the best sponsorships that I personally feel. If you really go through with your 100 episodes, I really feel this sponsorship would go a long way too.
Yes.
And from our own end, I always wanted to sponsor a podcast.
Okay. That's
Yes.
a good tick box for you, I guess.
It's a very smart move. You guys don't really understand the 100 views you actually get.
Yeah.
These people are coming from your friends and family who care about you.
Yeah.
So they're actually going to pay some attention to hear out. So
And
I am betting on DaPod.
Thank you so much. That's really good help. And it does really help financially for the podcast as well. The mic, 1, 2, and a few ring lights as well. I think it's all because of the sponsorship. And on that note, let's end it. Alright, one last word from our sponsors before you leave the video. Look, listen, if you're looking to grow your business at a 10x pace, then I think MNV Digital is the right space, right solution for you. I've seen it, I've tested it, and there's no other better solution than that. So do check them out with the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next episode.